Hey everyone, it's Bennett, your fantasy football commissioner, with the Week 8 weekly recap of the Forest Land Mishmash Fantasy Football League. And I'm back after a 2 week absence. As usual, no great excuse for not doing it other than just life, although I was at a conference last week, so that is partially responsible for me not doing it. But anyway, we're back, and it's really getting exciting. There's only 6 weeks left in the fantasy football regular season. We're more than halfway there. Still a lot to be determined. We'll look at the standings in a little bit, but let's just go back 1 week and look at a couple key things that happened. One is the tough luck losers 2 weeks in a row, the colon cleansers. First of all, just in bye week hell, we have Beckham, Evans, and Godwin all on byes. You had Alvin Kamara hurt. So the one mistake was, instead of putting Latavius Murray in, who got 32 points, who's clearly Alvin's backup, picked up Ted Ginn Jr., who only got 6 points. But really, the bad luck was Kerryon Johnson and Kenny Galladay getting 5 points between them. This was the game where, as you could see, Detroit got 30 points, and the receiver, I believe it's Marvin Jones, got 4 touchdowns. So for a team to score 30 points and you to have 2 skilled players only get a total of 5 fantasy points, that's pretty bad. So Chioma and the colon cleansers only get 117 points. They lose to the surging Slim Aussies 152-117. The other game of note came down to Monday night, and it was actually tied going into Monday night. First down order just needed one measly point from Jamison Crowder, and as you can see, got it. Got 6 points. It's one of those nights, though, where, sort of the opposite of what happened in Detroit, where the Jets literally had 0 points as a team. They get shut out. Darnold, I think, had, 4 picks or whatever. And you just needed that one catch from Jamison Crowder. And every once in a while, you see a game tied, and this guy needs one catch, gets one catch for 6 yards, and then fumbles it and ends up losing a point and losing the game. I honestly thought that was going to happen, but Crowder got an early 6-yard out for the 2 points he needed, or 1.5 points he needed, and then later on got a couple extra ones for a total of 6 points. In an otherwise pretty ugly loss for the Jets. So first down order gets the win to end week 7. Now moving into week 8, we had 2 really exciting games. Back to the tough luck loser. Where is it? Oh, we're going to get to, let's do the tough luck loser first. Chioma scores 202 points and loses to the Travelers, who had 204 points. And pretty amazing day, as you can see, for the Travelers. Just bunch of points up and down, even with only 2 points from Corey Davis. Aaron Jones, I think, had 2 touchdowns or six catches, 100-something yards. Both quarterbacks had 20-plus points. Good job putting Schaub in, who was in for the injured Matt Ryan, and then Michael Thomas doing his thing with Breeze back. So Chicago definitely earned the win with 204 points, and Chioma needed 14 points from Ryan Fitzpatrick. And at halftime, he had 14 points. He had 2 touchdowns and about, 140 yards or so. And it was tied until they got to the third quarter. And for the rest of the game, Fitzpatrick had -2 for the rest of the game. I believe he had about 3 turnovers and maybe 50, 60 yards. So good news, bad news. Of course, at first, Fitzpatrick gets the 14 points early. You think, he's at least going to get +1 or 2 for the rest of the game. And instead, he goes backwards. And the colon cleansers, in spite of 27 points from Minshew, Latavius Murray in this week for injured Kamara has 2 good weeks in a row. Mike Evans back from a bye, 43 points. Galladay, who got, 2 or 3 points the week before, he gets 29 this week. Beckham only gets 10. And 11 from Detroit defense, which was pretty good. So a lot of points, but Fitzpatrick just couldn't get over the hump, and that's a real tough loss for the colon cleansers. They fall to 4-4, and the Travelers goes to 4-4. So both teams 4-4, but trending in the opposite directions. Now we have the other team game that came down to Monday night. First down order was down by 7 to the Cartel and needed 8 points from the Steeler defense, and obviously got it with 13 points. As I mentioned a minute ago, with the early score by Fitzpatrick, but the Steeler defense more than made up for that. If the internet goes quickly, I will show you what they did, but it's real slow. Suffice to say that I lost my screen. Suffice to say that the Steelers got 13 points. They needed 8 or 7, and they got them plus some. So they get the win. And they beat. Oh, it's going to be slow for me. Let's see. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds so I can refresh my memory on who did what, and then we're going to go to the standings. All right, enough of that. Enough of that. All right, let's go to the standings. So I'm not going to recap all the games, especially with a slow internet. The standings were up before, and now they've disappeared on me. So let's refresh that. And you'll see that we're starting to see some typical fantasy things. We've got some teams that are scoring a lot of points and getting the wins to show for it. We're getting other teams getting lots of points and having some tough luck. And then, of course, there's always a couple teams that don't score a lot of points but play the right team at the right time and get the wins. And, of course, the internet is going slow. Oh, it's so painful. It's like dial-up all of a sudden. Come on. Let's go, standings. Come on. This is great, intriguing video right here. I'm sure you guys are still, if you're still watching, I'm sure you're enthralled, but come on. It's like dial-up. It's like 1998 dial-up modem. Come on, standings. As soon as I hit refresh, it's going to come up. Let's do it. Let's refresh it. Just come up. Come on. There we go. Okay. Finally. So let's sort it by, oh, don't do this to me. What happened now? Come on. What the heck is going on here with the internet? I had it for a second. Sure, everybody's in the market for a supercharged engine of the Volkswagen Tiguan. Oh, this is brutal. I might have to end the video. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see if we can sort it. I'll treat it with kid gloves. So as you can see, the Slim Aussies have won 4 in a row, from 1-3 to 5-3. They're tied atop the division with the Stallions, who continue to score points, especially with the Pats defense carrying the team, plus Brady and Rodgers. So the Stallions definitely deserve to be up there. If you look at the points totals, they've got the most points in the league, with the Slim Aussies in second. The Travelers, a little bit of tough luck, just behind, only by 13 points, but yet they're 4-4. And then, of course, as I mentioned, there's always a team with some good luck. Ray Finkel, although Ray Finkel has lost 2 in a row, they've only got 1168 on the year, and they're 5-3. First down order, also not a lot of points. So you have 2 teams leading the MASH division that are in the bottom third or so of the point total for the year. And then, of course, you have the cartel and the show me your TDs down there as well. So really, the colon cleansers are the toughest luck. They're 4-4 with a lot of points. Third and Oolong's probably, well, I guess now that I think about it, they're both probably where they should be. Travelers with 1270, they're 4-4. And the top 2 teams really are in the Mish division or where they need to be. So thanks for your patience with the internet. I know that's extremely annoying. I hope you stuck with it. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope everyone's having a great fantasy football season. And we'll see you next week.